welcome back. Yes, I look like I'm in the same clothes. Today, for a quick minute, once I get started with something, it seems like something else always comes about. So, I am in the snake room, which needless to say, my husband has cluttered to a... Okay? Because we've gotten a couple new things in, and then, yeah. Chivak, I'm going to cook you in a minute. So needless to say, this room is... Let me show you. Yes, look at the floor. If anybody knows me, especially when it comes to this stuff, if there is nothing I don't hate more, and that is cages on the floor. But we're going to redo this room anyway, so I guess I'm okay with it for the moment. This one cage right here actually doesn't even have anything in it. So I'm going to put that, I think, behind the couch when I'm ready. But anyway, I'm feeding. So I actually started with these. Yeah. I actually started with these. These are my jammies. So it's not like, you know, although I do have my scum days. So I'm doing these guys. I did these little guys first. Let me pull this up here. So, okay, so these little cages, these little ones right here, are sand boas. Little guys, little sand boas. And one rubber boa. That was captive bred people's. So these guys are all eating. Look. Oh, he's shoveling that in there. That's a wide... Oh, don't get all scary. I love me some sand boas. I love my sand boas. And then hopefully Hershey's eating his too. Go, Hershey. That's Hershey. That's my boy, Hershey. Sorry, guys. So it is kind of dark in this room, and it actually is better for the snakes because they actually don't mind eating. They like eating in the dark, especially the balls, the ball pythons. I know all my friends gonna kid around. They're gonna make fun of me because of the way I say balls. That's me, New Yorkies coming out. So now, what I'm gonna do is these guys. Not him. That's a Mojave. These guys are sand boas too. These are my sandies. So I'm going to eventually move these guys, actually. So a lot of this is going to change probably in the new year. Actually pretty quickly because I can't stand this crap on the floor. So my first one up is Pumpkin. Now my sand boas have little mouths. Where the hell did I just put my tongs? I do this all of the time. Did you guys just see? Pumpkin is first. So they have little mouths. So I actually give them smaller mice, but usually depending on the size of their... Okay. Come here, Pumpkin. Pumpkin. Woohoo! That's my boy. That's my boy. So there's Pumpkin. So while Pumpkin is eating, I usually clean out their cage. So I clean the sand and pick anything out and clean their water dish. Oopsie. Trying to find where to put his bowl. Oops. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So there's my Pumpkin. So unlike Hershey, Pumpkin is a regular sand boa. Kenya sand boa. Hershey is a... Excuse me, Anery, A-N-E-R-Y, sand boa. He got a mouthy on him. Let me have this Pumpkin. Because I want to make sure. Yes, I grabbed poo-poo. I grabbed snaky poo-poo. Where is it? Snake poop. So, alright, So what I do, guys, so when I'm cleaning their cages and stuff like this, so sorry, I'm all over the place. So what I do is I clean out their cage. Any skins, any poo-poos, any urets. which by the way is pee-pee. Yep, I can pick up pee-pee with my hands because it's like white chunks. So anyway, so while I do that and they're eating their food, their din-din. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So I clean out their cage and everything, and I throw everything on the floor. Because once I get done with everybody and everything's cleaned, I clean the floor and boom, boom. So while Pumpkin is eating now, I will go and clean out this bowl and give her some water. Now, the sand boas don't always require like big, huge bowls of water. Some people don't even give them water. They just like soak them or give them a small bowl. Very small bowl. Okay, so the Kenya sand boa is from Kenya and other parts of Africa, including Egypt, which is not Africa, but Egypt, Sudan, Tanzania. Some people call them the East African sand boa because they're not limited to Kenya. So you can find them in different areas, but they have short little snouts. They're kind of really super cute. They burrow in the sand. So they live in the sand, and they bring their little, like they stick their little faces up out of the sand because they can feel the vibration and wait for something that they feel is coming by, and then shoop, out. It's almost like a spider. Out, grabs it and coils it and suffocates it, and then eats it whole like any other normal constrictor. Sand boas are constrictors, and they actually don't get very big. They get a little bigger, maybe than a foot at the most, and they actually are fat-bodied snakes. So like ball pythons, ball pythons are the smallest pythons in the python species. They get 4.5. You're lucky if you find them at 5. I've seen them at 5 feet, but they're fat-bodied snakes. So they're not the same as like say some smaller 6-footers that are slender snakes. So they're like milk snakes, can get up to 6 foot long, but they're slender bodied. So yeah, sand boas are one of my favorite snakes. I love them. They're super cute. They have cute little noses, and their bodies, the texture of their skin is different. So the top is kind of feels like like sandpaper. Almost feels like sandpaper on the top, and the bottom is completely soft and smooth. And that's for burrowing through the sand. So let me go fill this bowl, and I'll come back on something else. Okay? I'm back physically, but mentally I'm never there. I have basically done the sand boas. I don't really need a stool for this, but I do need my stick. So I'm going to work my way down these racks. I know my head's cut off. So I'm going to feed these guys. Oh, they're so bad. These are sugar plums, the balls, and not that they all are bitey, but especially while I'm during feeding, it's always safe to use tools and take them out, especially when there's more than one in a bin, like here. Sorry guys, sure you don't want to see my butt. Alright, I know guys, I know. They don't really want it to come out, but they need to. Come on, let go. Let go, please. Shit. Oh, phew! I got scared for a minute. I thought they were locked up. Which means having sex. Come here, guys. I know. But I need to get you out. Come on. Come here, you. So these are some of the balls. This is a ball python. These guys are going to come out and eat. And get... Come on, let go. Put your tail in. And get their cage cleaned because they so desperately need it. But I have a feeling that I had a male and a female there because it looked like they were trying to lock up. I'm not a breeder. I don't know anything about breeding. Come here, you. So I don't know when breeding season it actually is. Come here, you. And here's the other one. Say hi. Oops, she scared me. Ah! She's actually really pretty. She's got some nice yellow pattern. And I know there's a morph name for this one, but I don't know. And actually, I do think this is a female because the other one, my man, well, not my man, but, you know, my guys, Bob from Bob's Oddballs and Jimmy Cruz from Bull Life. I had them sex them and tell me what they were a while back. So I know that that one male is a lesser Enchi, E-N-C-H-I, it's called. And again, I don't know squat about morphs. But anyway, boy, that was a little hard trying to do this and talk at the same time. So I'm gonna stop for a second, and then I'm gonna go heat up their mice, and I'll show you how I. Well, I won't show you how I do that because you'll figure it out. But get their mice swarmed, get ready to clean this out, and then I'll feed them. Here we go. All right, let me look. I'm gonna pick one. Oh, just one. I'm gonna pick one. Okay, and here's my ball. Let's say. Dude, come on. All right, some of them just want me to leave it in the thing, and then they go after it. Say, he's gone. You want one? Let's say. There you go. So that, see, they'll toil it anyway. So some like to be handed the food, some don't. They'll still coil at it, and I close them over and let them eat. Let's see if this big guy will also eat. And then once they're done, oop, hang on, dude. Oh, this one might be a little head shy. Once they're done, they will go back in their cage. You want to eat? Yeah, see, he's a little head shy. You want to eat? I know you're eating. Here. Here, I leave it in there for you. All the ones I have out in the living room, or out in the kitchen, I mean, eat really well. They don't hesitate whatsoever. But these three are together, and then I have one here that's kind of deformed. I think he's by himself. Oh, yep, he's ready to eat. Hang on. He's by himself, so I can actually feed him in this bin, and then take him out and clean. Hey, wait. You just hang on. Let's see. Yep, wait a minute. So he has a deformity on his mouth. But you wouldn't know that one. The way he just slammed that down. Yep, see, he's gonna coil that. Oh, and there goes me fam. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Oh my god, if something always happens. So, here I'm doing the paper towel thing. I always do a double. I'm so bad. Because I don't recommend anybody doing this if you have a snake as a pet. Like, don't just leave them out and let them eat like I am doing right here. Out! Oh, because sometimes they fall. And we don't want that. I need to get a bin. Hang on, hold that thought. I gotta get a bin. Okay, so now I'm doing the paper towel thing. And then, so like I was saying before, sorry about that. It was Ohana Veterinarian Hospital in Livermore, California, what we use, and Snuffleupagus has been there. He is our banded Euromastic we've had for about 9 or so years now. Everybody loves Snuffy. He's everybody's favorite Euro. And he goes to all the kids' shows and birthday parties and programs. And all the kids love him because we introduce him to all the kids as Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. Because they look like Toothless. So, unfortunately, Snuff had originally we thought he had a prolapse, but he didn't. He had all of his intestines come out. I'm going to take you with me. Come out, and he needed to have surgery. So, my poor Snuffy, I got to do my dish here. My poor Snuffy had surgery. So he's been at the hospital for a couple of days. Yeah, see, my crickets came today. He's been at the hospital for a couple of days, and Joe's going to go pick him up tomorrow. So he was going to try to pick him up tonight, but that ain't going to happen. Okay, back to biz. Alright. There we go. So, anyway, hopefully he'll be alright. We don't really know what caused that to happen, and we're hoping it's not like cancer or something. I'll be bummed. Which, you know, you never know is a possibility. Come here, you. So, here we go. Let me put him back in his container. There you go, baby. Let go. There you go. Eat in peace. Which I'm probably going to need a bucket anyway, because I have a feeling, I think banana... Oh no, these are the king corns. Alright, you guys, leave that open because you guys are still eating. That's the king corn. I need to move this thing. Banana's over here, I think. Yeah. That's the overweight ball python, which we have those come in. So, listen, we've kind of stepped on this subject before, but I can't stress this enough, especially with the ball pythons, because they are fat-bodied snakes. We have sugar plums. We have one I call the fat ball. We picked her up. I can't remember which show it was. I think it was the, darn it. It was a couple shows ago. Anyway, she was extremely obese. And she hasn't even eaten since we've had her. We haven't gotten her to eat yet. Which is okay, because it's not like she can't lose a few pounds. But at the same time, that's just as bad as underfeeding. Because sometimes when they don't eat, they don't ever eat again. And then they usually sometimes die from issues with obesity problems, like humans. She's fine for now, but again, we've touched bases on this before. Power feeding and overfeeding is not a very good, healthy thing for reptiles, just because you want them to get big quick. Let them grow at their natural rates. And, you know, if you're not sure about, you know, how often to feed, you can do the research on that. We wait until they poop. And the bigger the snake, sometimes the longer you can wait to feed them, especially if they have a large meal. But usually with these smaller species like milk snakes, king snakes, even the ball python, sambo, and stuff like that, we wait till they poop and then we feed them. Of course, unless they're in shed. The larger snakes like the berms, the red tail, stuff like that, they get pretty good sized jumbo rats or small rabbits. And we do the same thing with them too. We wait for them to poop. This way we can ensure that they're digesting correctly and that they're, you know, that they're being able to move their food thoroughly through. And then this way it doesn't sit in their stomach and rot and kill them, or they don't become obese by getting fed and fed and fed and not being able to relieve themselves. So that's how we do it. You know, everybody has a different way of doing things, but that's how we do it. So anyway, I'm going to move down to the king corn snake now and feed. And, you know, the rest of this process is basically the same. Feed, clean the cage, clean the water bowl, put them back, go to the next one. It just is time consuming because of the fact that not only there's so many snakes, but because you have to go back and heat up the food and go back and heat up the food, and then you have to heat up more food. And then, so I try not to take out more than what I'm going to use per day. This way I don't waste the food. That's why it takes me a couple days to do it. So for now, I'm going to end this, and, you know, hopefully it's, you know, a little bit of education out there, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And you know, with all the other crap I have to do, or deal with. So, with that being said, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And till next time, we'll see you later, alligator.